Hello and welcome, everybody. We're back. Bit of a longer break because apparently somebody needed to fix their makeup.
And it was not us.
It was not us, even though you look
We could
quite
use
dashing.
some. We could use some
We could
to
definitely use
cover
some. I look
the
tired as
tracks
hell.
of unhealthy life.
Yes, but such is Dota, really, I believe. Anyway, we're here for game three, the second game three, second series, second game three. Um, this one, I want to say this series is a little bit better than, or this has been a little bit better than the last one.
Yeah,
Fewer mistakes.
yeah. It seems more of a Dota to me. In the first series, we had a lot of individual mistakes. Like you see three simultaneous actions happening at 30-minute mark. You know that's not the Dota you wanna see be a part of. But this seems more interesting to me. Clockwork first pick,
5 seconds
instant
remaining.
Shadowfin
Dire
pick after
team
that, so
ban.
that you don't have the Shadowfin and Clockwork combo. Free souls for Shadowfin. Uh, this is a good combo as well. Tusk, one of the better heroes against the Shadowfin because he can set up the gang so easily uh, against him and for him as well. With shards,
10
can just
seconds
block
remaining.
double raise, triple raise when he's running away.
5 seconds remaining.
And just in general, a good defensive support as well.
Yeah,
Whoever gets initiated, defensive snowball can definitely save a life.
Radiant
Yeah,
team
this
pick.
draft thus far, we do see a couple of familiar faces being banned out. King
Dire
Gaming
team
took out the Sun
pick.
King very early on.
Tide Hunter.
New, of course, because Sun Gaming's Ice Ice Ice, not Ice Ice Ice, Ice Ice, ruined them with that. But also the DP taken out as well.
you
Radiant
might
And
go
they're
for
team
not the
Witch
ones
pick.
sneaking
Doctor,
out the
Razor. Yeah.
Razor.
How do you feel about this title?
Um, not so good this game. They have a Clockwork, who just cogs. Tidehunter can get out. Plus they picked the Razor, as well, which is amazing in
10
the laning
seconds
stage against
remaining.
him. Like they don't even. I mean, they can still go
Five
for a
seconds
Witch
remaining.
Doctor if they feel like it, just to demolish that Tidehunter in a lane. But it can be any other hero. Uh, might even go for Disruptor. Might not be bad.
Yeah, Disruptor could be good here. Definitely a lot of catch potential then. Being able to, the static storm later on is also pretty good, of course, against the Tidehunter. But even against the Tusk, being
Yeah,
able
I,
to.
I, I was talking about Clockwork. Um, I meant for him to be position 4, but it can still be run as 3. So I don't know what they're planning to do.
They're
Dire
very flexible
team
thus
pick.
far.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, a familiar face.
Haven't seen him in a long time. Where did he come
Yeah,
from?
look at him looking like Stephen Hawking.
He kind of does. Holy shit. Very
Radiant
smug as well.
team ban.
Sun Gaming gonna go for the Venge. Likely a support Venge. Don't think you want to run it as a one position here.
Yeah, should be a support Venge. I mean, it's a good save hero against when you block someone with the
10
shards.
seconds
Also breaks
remaining.
the Bane's grip.
5 seconds remaining.
Not the best lane support though. Like
It really
she
isn't.
uses one stun, can't really harass people. If she uses a stun, she runs out of mana. Pretty squishy
Dire
hero.
team ban.
And of course, also the short range doesn't make it easy to really
Yeah.
harass the Tidehunter. Yeah. King Gaming now need a carry. Sun Gaming most likely need an offlaner, I guess. I mean, they're very flexible in that regard. Like you mentioned, Clockwork could be
10
either for a
seconds
position hero
remaining.
or an offlaner, really. What would you prefer in this scenario?
5 seconds remaining.
I love Clockwork more as a 4. He does the same job. The
Dire
only
team
thing that
pick.
level 3 Clock does better is the
Radiant
timing he comes
team
online.
Queen
I've seen your 4
of
position Clockwork.
Yeah.
With some nasty stuff with Meteor Hammer.
Meme Hammer. Yeah, it's
Meme Hammer
it's
E-Blade,
doable.
I believe, was there as well at some point.
Yeah.
That's good shit. Still lost that game though.
I wonder why.
By 25-minute minus, maybe.
10 seconds remaining.
Sun Gaming going for the Queen of Pain. Now the question is this
5
going to be an
seconds
offlane
remaining.
Tiny then?
Yeah, looks like it.
I think you want the Razor versus the Tidehunter, right?
Yes.
And then put the Queen of Pain mid against the SF. That's a pretty good matchup as well. It still sucks that there's probably going to be like a Bane or Tusk there, but You do have the Clockwork, which Clockwork is actually pretty strong in 2v2 scenarios.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna go for on level 1. Probably Cogs. Depends if they can catch someone for the first blood. What do they need? They need a carry hero.
Need a carry hero. Something probably also survivable that does damage in team fights. How do you feel about Luna here?
I feel Jug.
Jug? You
Yeah.
feel Jug?
Yeah, even though Jug is not doesn't feel that strong anymore. But a lot of magical damage can burst through the Razor easily. Or they can go with a Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer sounds fine as well. But then you have Shadowfin and Phantom Lancer both need a lot of side
You may now
effect.
select your heroes.
Well, there's a CK. It's sort of almost like a middle ground between Jug and Phantom Lancer. I mean, you have the illusions, but obviously it doesn't take as much farm as the Phantom Lancer. Very active early on.
Well, they have a good way to deal with CK illusions. Cogs, Tiny Splash,
Plasma
Razor,
Field,
Plasma. Yeah, they have Wave of Terror, Queen
lot
of
of
Pain,
ways,
of
for
course. So yeah, but the problem is when you, let's say, counter the Tide Hunter in the laning stage, but you don't have that disruptor. You don't have the Doom during the mid game. He still gets the good Ravages off.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
and I feel like there's not that sort of like hard lockdown that makes sure you can burst him down
5
before he gets
seconds
Ravage off.
remaining.
Yeah,
What's really there? Hook shot into stun from the bench. That's it. And I guess I was Avalanche toss, but I feel like if he has like a hood, he survives that combo probably.
they have a good way to burst him down. They just need to time it right, but it's gonna be hard. You don't want to use all your spells on a Tide Hunter.
Without seeing the lanes, which lineup do you favor?
I'd say Keen Gaming, Shadowfin, Tide Hunter, CK. It's just gonna be a lot on the shoulders of this CK though in this game. Feels like if he has a good time and Shadowfin doesn't feed away too much kills, that it's gonna be easy to fight. They have a good Roche lineup as well.
I really like that we're in a meta right now where you can just first pick SF.
Prepare
still have a good
for
lineup.
battle.
Like, you don't just lose the lane because you first pick SF.
Yeah, because Shadowfin is much stronger laner than he was before. Like, you don't... Before you had to go for a bottle, now you just skip it. You get Tequila, Magic Wand, just to tank up, Raindrops, a couple of Clarities, move the Forest if needed, plus the extra buff from the raises. It's just too good. If you get 3 raises, you deal like 500 damage.
Smoke here from Keen Gaming. First time we've seen this, a level 1 smoke today.
It's not that popular anymore.
Yeah. I mean, probably for the reason right here. It gets
They might
dispelled
eat a
very
couple
easily.
of tangos.
Yeah, they're definitely pinging it out because they know he has to be there.
30 seconds to
Oh,
battle.
they don't see him just yet. Now they see him. But it's a bit awkward. All hogging the tree line, making sure they don't get scouted out by anything. And they get scouted out. Oh, that was exciting.
So what are they doing? Is it it's a Clockwork with the Stout Shield? So it's yeah, it's position 4.
That's a position
yeah,
4
it's
clock,
a
yeah.
position
The
clock.
battle begins.
You don't see that often. Like usually you want to have boots so you can run to people and catch them, or you go for like Orb of Venom build and you want to harass them with let's say same build. You want to go for a Night Stalker if you don't want to buy boots, like double Fairy Fire
Oh
plus,
wait, no, it's a
plus Orb of
position.
Venom.
No, it is a position 4 clock, isn't it? Yeah. I was just surprised because he was alone top, but then Razor TP top here. I don't know. I feel like maybe you pick it up if you expect this Clockwork to be mid in a 2v2 scenario to be able to like.
Yeah, but you don't need to buy the Stout Shield. You can buy it in a side shop.
Outside shop, yeah, I agree. Feels like a weird decision for sure. Maybe we'll see it pay off later. Who knows? Bottom lane looks like they're gonna have the CK Tusk versus the Tiny Venge. Takes them a bit of time to rotate these lanes because they were up there for a long time for that level 1 smoke.
Yeah, Bane just used Enfeeble once on a mid lane, 5 souls already on Shadowfin, 6. Yeah, that's gonna be good Shadowfin game. Queen of Pain even skipping Shadow Strike.
Doesn't he want to go for the harassment, I guess? Just straight up trying to outfarm him?
Not sure that works.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Like
Well-
usually you want to have 2 levels of Shadow Strike for the damage and
Yeah, for sure.
cooldown reduction so you can harass better. Have that kill potential on him.
And I mean, if the Clockwork ever does decide to rotate, they definitely do have the kill potential on him. That said, he still doesn't have boots, of course. He's just... Well, that's the first blood miss. Bottom lane can destroy. There's a stun certainly with a reality rift as well. Maybe not timed properly, but he still get the kill.
Yeah, this game looking good already for Team Gaming. Shadowfin pretty much free farming on a mid 15.
Got it.
Like Queen of Pain has 5 CS,
Radiant are scanning.
16 souls, 17 on Shadowfin. Yeah, Ring of
Not
Aquila
pretty.
finished. She just needs the courier. Yeah, this is not gonna be good. The Clockwork needs to rotate. I mean, he does not have boots, it has enough gold and a couple of creeps.
I really don't know what the statue is going to do for him. If he had boots, he could at least harass the Tidehunter, but he's never going to get in range. His Tidehunter does have boots. He's trying to just disrupt the pull. Not really successful either. I mean, Razor's just doing a good job at farming at least, even underneath the tower. As I say that, he misses the last thing.
Yeah, but you have a Tidehunter who has Gush level 1, just to take the aggro from the creep wave. Just gonna tank it up.
Looks like they finally realized, alright, this Clockwork's not doing shit top. Let's just rotate him to the bottom lane. Not sure how much he can really do bottom lane either. Avalanche onto the CK. It's a very ambitious initiate here. And also ambitious sort of counter initiation. Clockwork. I don't know what that was from both sides really, but I guess spells have been exchanged, harassment has been dealt.
They're just trying to make something happen when nothing can happen.
Yo, just look at this SF just completely destroying this Queen of Pain. Not even funny. All top lane and bottom lane. Tiny does go down. Now, where's the trade though? They do get the Tusk and maybe even the CK. Yeah, double kill. That's a lot of damage on a level 3 Venge.
Yeah, that's Vengeance Aura just providing vision from that spirit. A couple of right clicks. Yeah, Venge. Almost level 4.
I guess that lane's sort of going for them. I mean, Tiny and CK are sort of on the same level when it comes to last hitting, of course. But this mid lane is just absolutely getting destroyed. What do you do as the Queen of Pain here? Jungling?
Jungle Queen of Pain? What?
I mean, no, but I mean, you can't. You're not really getting anything mid, right? I mean, he's getting constantly zoned out of mid as well. Like this SF is playing so aggressively because he knows he can just walk up there and raise her down.
You have almost level 6 Shadowfin against level 4 Queen of Pain. Like, she can just wait for Shadowfin to push the lane, but I don't think Shadowfin's gonna do that because he knows she's in a bad position, does not have a Shadow Strike, so he's just gonna control the lane, not use the raises.
Bottom lane, they find a kill into the Tiny, but they want to trade this. They do find a stun onto the Bane. Should be an easy kill for them, and yeah, it's a killing spree for the Venge. 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's Ice on Venge. Yeah, she's gonna be super tanky. They're bringing double raindrops on the bottom lane.
Honestly, this mid lane feels like, you know, it's like you're pitting a 6k MMR player against like a 2k MMR player. I'm not saying the Queen of Pain is playing badly, it's just, it's so one-sided.
Right, so one-sided. I mean, Bane helped out at the first levels, but still you need to go for Shadow Strike or have Clockwork rotate.
Top lane, they nightmare the Razor. Did steal a lot of damage though. CK though is here to the rescue. That's 4 heroes committing for this kill. But it's so worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, they realized they lost the bottom lane, so they're not coming back there. Now they're probably gonna leave these 3 on the top and have Tidehunter rotate to the bottom lane.
Queen of Pain also realizing that she can't stand her ground in the mid lane at all, so immediately she did have to the jungle now. So she is farming the jungle here with 2 points into the scream.
Dire's top tower is under
It's
attack.
incredible to just think that she's still just level 4.
It's a jungle
Radiant's
Queen of
bottom
Pain.
tower is under attack. Dire
I don't know
are
why we
scanning.
should go for a max scream build.
I don't know either. I legitimately am
Radiant's
very
bottom
dumbfounded. I mean,
tower is under attack.
alright. No, I can't even make a case for that. I try to generally put myself in a position with people making these decisions, but
Yeah, but even if you don't do anything in the lane with it, you can gank other lanes with it efficiently.
she didn't do that. But, you know, now that the wave is finally pushing in, look at all these last hits
Oh,
he's
Razor top again. Even with all the free farm he had, he's died 2 times.
Rotation's coming in though, so maybe they can at least get a couple of trades here. Nightmare though
Radiant's
gonna
bottom
prevent
tower
the
is under
Clockwork from
attack.
actually pursuing this.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do when you lose a lane like that on the bottom. I mean, Razor had 34, 21 CS. So the 21 CS, that's like having five creeps killed the experience.
And he's below the Tidehunter network now as well. You know, I agree. This is a really smart play from King Gaming, rotating effectively their entire lane and just applying a lot of pressure there. This Venge is almost as farmed as the Queen of Pain is.
Yeah, Venge is in the mood. Look at me, I'm the king.
Well, Queen of Pain trying to look for something here. Finds a Bane potentially. Tiny might just go for the solo kill here. Not a lot of damage with only level 1 toss. Could this
Ravage
be the
is
kill
up.
that they're looking for? Ravage is now committed. They go for the Tiny first, but Tiny is pretty tanky with that wand up as well. They do get the kill, but Queen of Pain does get a kill in retaliation. Whereas follow-up... Oh, they're just going to go for the Clockwork, I guess. Also a good kill for them, of course. Oh, that was pretty tanky, actually.
I have a snowball if needed.
I'm gonna give it to the Titan. All right, 2 for 1 trade, I guess. And they lose the Tiny. It's not great, of course.
Radiant's top tower is under
But
attack.
Queen of Pain got a kill, so hooray.
Yeah, that's
She's gonna
one.
go Soul Ring.
I hope not.
I mean, it's queued up.
I hope not. You can easily change it.
It's queued up. I'm just saying. I'm just observing.
Level 9.
Almost,
Shadow
honestly,
Fiend.
the skill build and item build feels more of a like an off-lane roaming Queen of Pain or something.
Yeah.
You know, this is the kind of build that if you pick Queen of Pain, but somebody in your pub picks away the mid, you just
Go roam around and
Yeah.
play it off lane. Yeah, it works. Shadowfiend is gonna go for Force Staff just to counter the Clockwork. Can build into Pike later on.
yeah, I like it. He's so far ahead, he definitely can afford to build that 4 stuff now. And just make sure that... I feel like the only way to really kill him is to catch him out of position with the Clockwork and the Tiny. So having the almost defensive item ensures that he doesn't get caught out, right?
It's minute.
Oh, speaking of getting caught out, they do find him. There's a swap as well, so maybe they do get that kill after all. Just before he does pick up the 4 step, of course, just a good rotation. I mean, that's where Shadow Fiend farms. That's just where he farms. That's just good rotation. They did also have that one ward
Dire's
behind it
middle
where next to the
tower is
T1
under
tower, so
attack.
they kind of knew that he was walking into that direction, but in general, this is where you want to make
Yeah, I love how Isasai is playing. He's making Spirit Vessel on whatever hero he's playing.
It's a strong item, like you mentioned. On top lane, I heard a Phantasm popped, but I also hear Nightmare. And I hear a Clockwork hogging Bane. Bane also dying. A lot of sounds, really. Question, can they do anything more than that? Swap is available, but
Clockwork has a hook, but no battery assault.
Well, it's gonna be a very underwhelming. Where is it? Ravage onto 4, but SF is getting super low and he dies yet again. He literally just came online again.
Dire's top tower
Queen of
is
Pain
under
doesn't have her
attack.
ultimate and expended it earlier. So this should just be it. But they lose the SF again.
Yeah, SF should just
Farm, right?
try to farm. I mean, this is not the safest
Radiant's
place
bottom
to farm.
tower is under
Uh,
attack.
I mean, it is. They have actually tower on the mid and tower on the bottom. Were they smoked there? Oh,
Yeah, they smoked there.
oh yeah. So they have this deep
Radiant's
board.
And they have
bottom
that one
tower
too.
Yeah.
is under attack.
But still, I definitely think he should just concentrate on farming,
Dire's
making
middle
sure that
tower
he
is
gets
under
that
attack.
4-step up as well. Because if he has that 4-step in
Radiant's
that
bottom
engagement,
tower is
he
under
probably
attack.
doesn't die. Good kill top with the
Dire's
Fiend
top
script
tower
committed.
is under attack.
Should probably enable him to get this tier 1 as well. Doesn't really look like Sun want to contest this tower.
Oh, everyone care. Queen of Pain TPing. She actually decided to go for bottle. Thank God.
I kind of wish he had just gone Soul Ring just to see a reaction.
Disconnect. You want to see me disconnecting? What?
Just leave the building. Well, is that? Or, no, yeah, the 4-step almost done on SF. Actually, I think it's on the Korea. And then we have... No, he still hasn't purchased the ring yet. Armlet on CK. Man, SF is still so farmed. Despite those 2 deaths, he's still 900 gold ahead of the Razor. Should just go to show how much he was just dominating the mid lane, really.
Well, at least Queen of Pain caught up with the levels. Has power threads level 9. At least it's something, huh?
Wow, that's actually a good point. Smoke yet again from the Dire side. Gonna invade the jungle again. Gonna try and look for the SF, but not gonna find anything. They're gonna draw the line for the top lane.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah,
Gaming
Radiant
together.
knows something is up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top
Oh,
tower
looks like
is
that's
under
gonna be tier 1
attack.
for tier 1 trade.
Dire's
I don't really think you
structures
TP
are
into that.
fortified.
Never mind, they're smoking. So they still wanna fight this, but I think that's a bold choice. Ravage is still down for
Radiant's
5
middle
seconds.
tower is under attack.
I guess in 5 seconds a lot of things can happen, right? Tiny does get caught out here. No, never mind, he doesn't actually. He goes past him. Clockwork hookshot onto Bane. Bane gets 4-step out, so they do save him. In the backline though, the CK absolutely mauls the Queen of Pain. Tiny also gets destroyed. Venge just barely survives. Or does she? She does.
Yeah, that's really hard to fight into
Radiant's
Ravage
bottom
like
tower
that.
is under attack.
They're so far ahead, even though it's only 3k. It feels like it's a lot more. Like Tiny does not have an item to fight with. He's
Dire's middle
still
tower
level
has
8. He
fallen.
should just try to catch up in the forest. I don't know if there's any stacks. There is a couple of them them up.
Yeah, right now the Dire definitely feel very underfarmed on the key heroes. The Razor has farm, but
Got it.
I honestly think you would rather have that farm in the Tiny right now. Because that Blink or Shadow Blade could be so huge as just an initiation. They do find the Tusk though, so that's a good kill for them, but that's also just a support Tusk, of course.
Top tower is gonna go down 50 HP only. Shadowfin
Radiant's
does not
bottom
wanna go for
tower
it yet.
is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not enough.
Dire's top tower is
CK
fallen.
and Tidehunter mid have to be careful. There's a swap available, and there it is. CK now getting his
Radiant's bottom tower
his
is
damage.
fallen.
SF TP's in with his ultimate. It's a little bit late, I guess. Tiny gets Reality Rifted. There's a lot of damage being dealt already. Clockwork trying to sacrifice himself. He does connect 2 into the cogs, but alright. I guess it was a worthy sacrifice, making sure that everybody survives. Queen of Pain still jumps in, misses the ultimate and gets nightmared up, gets stunned up as well. This should be her death that we needed is.
Is
Yeah, this Queen of Pain, it's really not working for the Sun Gaming. They, I don't know, what's the network on Queen of Pain?
4,000. 1,000 behind the Tidehunter.
Yeah, she's gonna go for more of a utility build because she's not doing anything.
Just gonna
Has
go drums even, yeah.
drums queued up just to tank up, buff the team.
Oh, Clockwork. He's gonna TP into a smoke gank. Fiend Scurvy just to make sure he doesn't get anything off. And with that, they ping the tier 2 tower top.
That's a full pike finished on a Shadowfin, 16 minutes in.
Some solid farm. Almost 8,000 net worth. Tiao ping.
Well, maybe he had a...
This entire
Ping.
game? Ping issues?
Yeah, why not? You don't believe it?
I really don't believe it. Well, what does Sun Gaming do in this game? How do they fight back into this game?
Well, they're gonna lose tier 2 on the top. Look at the Ward. It's they can defend it. They can try to pressure mid tower a bit, but Keen can still defend it.
Dire's top
Just,
tower is under
send
attack.
one of the heroes on the mid lane. Bottom lane can be pushed. They have a lot of vision where Sun is moving, and yeah, they need
Dire's
to back
top
off.
tower
So
has fallen.
they need a initiation
Radiant's
tool
middle
on
tower
Tiny,
is under
that
attack.
Wind Dagger, but he died too many times. 6 deaths already on him.
That's really rough. If anything, he was actually one of the few heroes that had like a good start in this game, right? I mean, his lane wasn't bad. Him and Vench got a couple of kills. Obviously, he died in those engagements as well, but still, he was able to farm quite decently at least. But of course,
Radiant's bottom
died
tower
a lot
is
of
under
times
attack.
afterwards, and Keen Gaming looked to take another tier 2 tower.
fortified.
There would be a lot of map control just given away, and indeed, Sun just contest this. Bottom lane. I'm not sure this Queen of Pain wants to stay here. Ah, she's gonna TP.
They have a decent Roche lineup with Tidehunter tanking Gush plus presence of the Lord.
Dark Lord.
Dark Lord, sorry. Presence of the Sauron.
Dude, Voldemort. Presence of the Voldemort.
Is he the Dark
He's
Lord?
the Dark Lord.
Haste.
Do you know who? He's the Dark Lord.
I all can't say his name.
Yeah. You can't just say his name unless you're like Dumbledore.
Radiant's middle tower
Harry
has
Potter.
been denied.
Item-wise, what do we have up here for the Radiant? There's an Echo Saber available for the CK now. Aside from that, not a lot. I mean, I guess they have the
Radiant's
backup
middle
Tidehunter,
tower
but-
is under attack.
He has a hood as well.
Alright,
Yeah,
yes.
he's super tanky.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you finish the pipe here in this game?
He has 4 staff queued up, which is a more natural choice against Clockwork, so they can't burst him down in the cogs, which is pretty hard, but
Radiant's
still
top tower is under
4
attack.
staff
Dire's bottom
into
tower
pipe
has
seems
fallen.
good.
Radiant's
Revenge
structures
gonna try
are
and
fortified.
gank from behind, but Dog up in front. Razor's just getting blown up. Clockwork
just
goes
chain
in. Just doesn't do anything. Like you said, effectively just chain feed.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah. Ice Ice doesn't even want to try it
Radiant's
anymore.
top
They're gonna go for
Under attack.
tier 3.
I mean, they still have Phantasm. Why not?
Dire's bottom
This feels
tower
like
has
Sun
fallen.
Gaming is just getting overrun here. Behind an 8,000 network, but it feels like so much more.
Dire's
It really feels like there's so
bottom tower
behind
is
so
under
much more. Buyback force
Dire's
onto the Razor.
structures are fortified.
Is this going to be enough to divert them? They do have Ravage still available. There's some blink from the Tiny, but doesn't actually do anything. SF winds up the ultimate. There's a Ravage to follow it up as well. Can they burst on the Queen of Pain? They do get the kill. Razor did buy back. If he dies here, that would be a dieback. Nice
call.
clocks onto 3, but also good 4-staff in, or out rather. SF trying to get out, Fiendscript trying to counter it, but they do lose 2 heroes, or 3 heroes rather, maybe a 4th on top of it indeed. So, maybe a bit of overextension here from
Yeah,
PG
definitely. And kind of impatient. Even Shadowfin was clowning before the fight started. He used the pike on a CK just for the walls. It feels like they're not playing this serious. Seems like they think the game is already won, which is not.
It definitely is, yeah. Giving away a lot of money here. I mean, effectively 2,000 gold, over 2,000 gold in fact.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they lack the initiation on Tiny, set up good fights. Tiny was trying to fight, get the gold there, but he farms faster just by jungling and killing the waves, creep waves on the lane.
Queen of Pain, though, you can see how easily she melts in those engagements. Not tanky at all. Does have a BKB queued up, but her net worth is still so pathetic, honestly. I mean, I don't say this, you know, to make fun of her. It's just I feel for this Queen of Pain. I've been in this position before. I'm gonna be honest.
Like
I've been in
every game,
every
this is
game
me.
ever. This is me every game ever. Finally,
I know what pathetic
Radiant's
feels.
bottom tower is under attack.
finally, I feel represented in the pro game.
Shadowfiend getting close to BKB. They might wanna try to fight at the Roche once they get a BKB, and then do what they did.
Double damage.
Oh, let's check items again. We have 2 drums on the dire side. BKB almost up on the Razor. I guess Manta style onto build onto Tiny and VC Yasha. William is not killed. CK just fights a random Razor.
Yeah.
Bursts him down.
With a Blink Dagger, you can
Radiant's bottom
do it all
tower
day.
is under attack.
And immediately going for Roche because they still have Phantasm up, of course, and nothing Sun Gaming can contest right now without the Razor. As I say that though, they're grouping up.
Yeah, thanks for the minus armor revenge.
Is under attack.
Maybe they're gonna go for steal here. Is this the kind of play you would make? I mean, Bane is
Radiant's
posturing
bottom
himself
tower
up, making sure he can block any potential hook shots. But
Radiant's middle tower
he wants
is
it.
under attack.
he wants it. No. No.
Nice swap!
Oh, what? He gets it! The swap out and he snatches the Aegis. That was already so worth. They are gonna lose the clockwork here for sure. Probably also the Venge, but that was already worth it. What a play from Ice Ice.
He was there, just lurking around. But did you see the interaction? When Venge dies with Aegis, her spirit starts attacking people for 3 seconds until the Aegis is,
Not
until
bad.
the respawn. I'm not sure it's intended.
Got it.
Like you didn't kill her.
Yeah, technically she did survive, right? I mean, she does have Aegis, yeah. But, I mean, it's still a support Venge. Not really gonna change much here. Oh, bottom lane. Find a kill here onto the SF. That's a huge kill for them. 1 minute off the map. That's a huge kill for them. A lot of gold, of course.
Radiant are scanning.
And suddenly, yeah, that's like a 1,000 gold swing.
Yeah, that's karma right there for trying to humiliate your opponents. Just clowning with the 4 staffs.
Well, suddenly, Queen of Pain has a BKB. She's suddenly 4th highest in net worth. She's not pathetic anymore. Maybe this can be me as well.
Nah, this is not you.
There's no Midas.
Yeah, no. You don't buy BKB. You don't have that
I
that
defi-
amount of farm.
I
Yeah,
definitely
your
don't.
drums and that stuff.
Yeah, not even boots, honestly. Well, we have sort of, you know, it's down to like a 5k net worth lead now. Or rather, yeah,
Worthy
5k.
tribute.
Suddenly this game feels a little bit more even. It still does feel like King Gaming has half the overwhelming team fight control, of course, with the Ravage and, you know, BKB SF. What are they going to do against that? But still.
They can take a fight if they group up once Shadowfiend get the souls. They can take a fight on tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're doing. They're
Yeah,
pushing
but-
them in
Radiant's
wave.
top
Yeah, but
tower
Sun's
is
just
under
gonna
attack.
Evade the fight, try to
Radiant
split push.
structures
10
are
second
fortified.
BKB on the Razor. They
Dire's middle
have
tower
they have a
is under attack.
good way to stop it.
Radiant's top
Walrus
tower
punch
is
plus
under
Bane
attack.
ulti if they try to split push with BKBs.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
Queen of Pain with the best rune you can get, Arcane rune.
Radiant's top tower
Trying to
is
split
under
push
attack.
on the bottom side.
Dire's middle
They deal
tower
any damage
is
to the
under
bottom
attack.
tower. Yeah, 300 damage.
Nice smoke here from Sun Gaming. They're gonna look to sort of surprise King Gaming here, but well, their ward is being scouted out,
Radiant's top tower
and they're
is
not
under
gonna
attack.
just blindly jump in now, or are they? Or are they? If they swap SF to the high ground, they do find the swap. And what a huge kill it is. Finding the SF here. Not even full souls. Titan does complete the TP. He does have Ravage available. He really doesn't want to use it though. Just defensive Snowball, defensive Nightmare. He can be popped from the Razor now. Does King Gaming really want to fight this with the SF? CK has to be really careful. He drops and he's dead. Buyback from the SF. I don't agree with this at all. And SF isn't even stuck on the high ground. What can they do? They do have Ravage still available, but I mean, Sun Gaming is now retreating. So if anything, this is just a support clockwork they're gonna get.
That's it.
Sun Gaming. That smoke play was huge, and that swap such patience on them as well to wait for that position.
Oh, Hunter can't really use the Ravage because they had to do 10-second BKBs. They even purchased the gem on. I'm not sure who bought it. They did it in the game #1, right? Like buying gem to deboard. They
vision.
had no Invis heroes, no Shadow Blades.
Same here. Just for that map control, being able to get rid of those wards. And I mean, they did deward that one ward mid, so you know it kind of did work out, I guess. But in general, yeah, you have a point. Just buying gems like that. But yeah, this game thus far, honestly, Keen Gaming, it feels like they're just not 100% focused right now. It feels like they're just getting picked off one by one here and there. They're not really, I don't know, they're not really as collected as they should be, probably.
Yeah, probably they thought the game was over. They're pushing tier 3 tower at the 15-minute mark. Nothing they can do about it, but the overextension, a couple of good cogs usage plus a buyback really made them feel miserable now. Queen of Pain coming back into the game, almost has the same net worth as Shadowfin. This is Dota 2 right there, like never give up.
Absolutely crazy. Smoke gank now from King Gaming, so they want to be the active ones now, but it feels very obvious considering the top lane is being pushed in and nobody's defending it, and it's getting pinged out as well. And all of Sun Gaming are inside their own base. Such discipline because they know this smoke gank is coming and they don't want to give them an inch right now.
Roche may respawn in 2 minutes. I guess that's the fight that King Gaming wants to take with the Ravage, plus they want to give Shadowfin the Aegis.
I mean, Ice also wants to steal it again, probably. That was huge. Stealing that Aegis was huge. Because giving him that Aegis effectively just allows them to, you know, push together with the Aegis. Sort of be very intimidating and almost, if anything, make sure Sun Gaming can contest them if they take
Radiant's
tier 2s.
middle tower is under attack.
Right, item-wise, we have BKB queued up for Tiny, so he only built a Yasha, didn't really finish it.
Yeah, but he wants to have that BKB because of the Tide Hunter
Radiant's
plus
bottom tower is under
CK.
attack.
You can't use the Reality Rift yet. CK is nowhere near level 20 for that piercing spell immunity talent.
Such a good talent.
Yeah, but it's a must-have this game. Like they have
For sure.
3 BKBs soon. What? 1, 2? Yeah, 3.
Alright, top lane being pushed in, but well, there's. Oh, wait. They want to get the Queen of Pain, blink, punch, and there's the Fiend Script. That is a good kill for them.
No.
A really, really good. It's a feel-good kill, I think. You know, being able to just kill the Queen of Pain again. And SF, well, his item progression has been stagnant for a while now. Obviously, that buyback didn't help, but in general, he's died a lot of times. Oh, CK going very aggressive, but of course, the stun from the Venge.
Dire's
Sure he
middle
can't
tower
pursue it.
is
But yeah,
under
SF hasn't really gotten an item in the last, what, 10 minutes?
It was 16-minute pike power thread, so
Dire's middle
he farmed
tower
like
has fallen.
6,000, 6.5k gold in
Oh,
15
that
minutes.
swap back behind the tier 3 and SF dies yet again. What a heads-up play from Ice. Can they get more out of this? That's the question here. If anything, no. King Gaming want to get more out of this, but the Ravage only connects onto the support bench.
Doesn't matter. They just blew up the Razor, who didn't use the BKB on time. And
No buyback.
King Gaming once again are in the rider's seat, huh?
They really are, but they're hesitant to push. And they're now gonna retreat. Can't even force out the buyback from the Queen of Pain. Can't really take any objective here, really. Without the SF, they're lacking a lot of physical damage.
Pause and unpause pretty quickly. Ice has been on point this game. The Aegis steal, a couple of smokes here, clutch swaps. The one here at the start on a Shadowfiend. Now again on a Shadowfiend. Like, did Shadowfiend even pop a BKB? Or
He did actually.
was it swap into Avalanche so he couldn't use it right away?
I'm not sure actually, but he definitely uses BKB.
Yeah.
But either way, that swap was just such a heads-up play. It just really took the pace out. I mean, all these SF games or kills really take the pace out of King Game's game plan, because it just makes sure the SF doesn't get any more items. We literally just talked about it, that he hasn't picked up an item in so long now. And obviously that kill, or that death rather, is only going to delay it even further. And it feels like because they keep killing the SF, King Gaming keep delaying the siege. They don't want to go in knowing that, you know, SF doesn't have that crazy item advantage right now.
Yeah, they might sneak into Roche themselves now. Ravage is on cooldown for the next 50 seconds.
Well, for now, Ice is looking for a kill, but with his Invis rune, can't find anyone. Another pause coming in. Yeah, actually, both teams, I guess, have good Roche lineups, right?
Yeah, it's minute 32. Roche goes down super quickly. Venge Aura plus Medallion Honor. This Venge is actually super farmed.
Yeah, she is. What item would you go after the Solar Crest?
It's position 5 Venge. I don't think she's gonna get that much of a farm, but I don't know.
Well, you say position 5, but she's more farm than the.
Yeah, but 4 staff sounds good. Just increase the swap range.
Ping
high again for Queen of Pain.
Well, that sucks. Let's look at some of the items here. So this Bane, pretty standard support items. Hasn't really gotten anything thus far. I mean, he is the 5 position player of the team, of course, so not a lot he can do. We've seen the Tusk Blink. That was huge up top, being able to get that kill onto the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, the Blink on Tusk. I mean, he has a level 10. 90 GPM, but it stops the BKBs, it stops the TPs. What's the duration? Like 2 seconds. Wow. Airtime 1 second. So it's really good just for keeping the BKB heroes in a place.
CK buys a heart, just like that. He buys a heart. All 3 components in a matter of seconds. With that heart, it's going to be more difficult to bring him down. SF doesn't really feel tanky at all, and you can tell that he knows that Venge is the bane of his. Well, it's his nightmare this entire game. He's queued up a Lincolns.
Not the best scan.
In, but this time around there's a BKB, double BKB. In fact, they have to be careful once those run out. Titano walks in. Oh my god, that clockwork gets bursted down. He does fall. Fiend Script down to the Queen of Pain with the BKB on top. There's a defensive swap to make sure that the Fiend Script ends. But the CK once again bursts down the Tiny. Ravage now connects. Queen of Pain falls. Almost feels like the pauses kind of took out the rhythm from.
Yeah, it could be it. But they popped the BKBs on time once CK went in. But CK does not care. They try to kill the illusion, spend all the BKB timing on trying to deal with CK illusions. Clockwork couldn't really find any openings with the hook shot.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah, this
at least one set of racks.
has
Can they go for
fallen.
more? I mean, they're pinging for more. Buyback now from Tiny. 5 seconds for the clockwork. Can they really fight this? Yeah, Ravage is down, but at the same time, they're all full HP, full mana. They're gonna fall back though, it seems.
And they're fine with it. They just want to buy time until Ravage is up again.
Got it.
Yeah, this Tidehunter's not gonna die. Plus 24 Kraken Shell damage block.
That's a talent. And then later they're 25 damage or 250 damage. Rather. It's
Yeah, the damage talent. I don't know. Looks.
it just looks fun.
Yeah, it looks fun,
Just
but
looks fun.
cooldown reduction is better. I'm surprised they didn't go for Anchor Smash damage reduction because his other talents are not that good. Like level 20 talent is good.
But you don't necessarily want that one. You need that level 25 talent. Yeah, I agree. Roshan being sneaked, I guess, but they're
They need to give Aegis to Tiny
Yeah.
because he bought back.
they know this is happening. Can they contest it? That's the question. Can they steal the Roshan? Can they pull in Ice Eyes? Their snowball is going to be there. Nope, Aegis has already been picked up. I believe Cheese as well.
Cheese on Tiny.
Alright, that's a dead Tusk. Now they have to be careful. Beam also looks to die here. He does die. So they give the Aegis to the Razor. Interesting choice. I honestly thought it was just straight up Tiny.
I
Aegis.
think they just made space and picked up whatever they can. They were afraid
Yeah.
they're gonna pick it up. Lotus Orb is up on Tusk, so it's really good against the swap. Nothing pretty much happens. Also good against the static link from the Razor.
Mid tower being sieged, I suppose. Top tower as well.
Radiant's top tower is under
Well,
attack.
actually, they're gonna leave mid, I guess.
Do it with flair.
I mean, both supports on the Radiant side are
Radiant's
still
top
down
tower
for
has
a
fallen.
good 20 seconds.
Radiant
to
structures
take 2
are
towers now.
fortified.
This game is so back and forth. CK hit level 25 with his talent.
Radiant's middle tower.
He can
Radiant's middle tower
take
has
down
fallen.
those heroes with a BKB, 3 BKBs inside of Sun Gaming. So Shadowfiend doesn't even know what he wants to build into. He wants to go for Lincoln Sphere, then he wants to buy a Butterfly, now he wants to buy a Scotty, which he actually bought.
I prefer this choice. I think just... Yeah, you still get swapped, but if you're just tanky enough to not die during the swap, that's also fine.
Yeah, he needs to be protected by Tusk in these fights, either Lotus Orb or just Defensive Snowball.
And they have a lot of follow-up, so even if you get swapped, they have the Blink CK counter initiation. They have the Blink Ravage, of course, as well.
Do they still have the gem? Yeah, Tidehunter
Dire's
has
top
gems,
shrine
so
is under attack.
Sun Gaming really,
Starved for vision.
yeah, they have what, one ward and that's it.
Dire's top shrine
It's not like
has fallen.
Mean Gaming has 1600 wards, they have one ward as well.
Is this where you chat wheel, we need wards?
Yep.
And then you look at your support, your 5 position support. He started the game like, yeah, I'm support. He buys like the initial set of wards, and then what? He has Solar Crest, Spirit Vessel, halfway through to his goddamn Etherlands as well. Nice. I think he's out. I like this. Split pushing as a support. Because it kind of forces a rotation.
Yeah, even if she dies, it's not that big of a deal.
It's just a support.
Still waiting for the day when Queen of Pain is gonna pick up the AoE Shadow Strike.
Such a fun ability.
Yeah.
Radiant
But
top
so
tower.
Spell Life Seal is just much stronger.
Tidehunter getting farmed as well. Working towards
The Smoke
Refresher
Gate
Orb.
could end up badly. Titan, Tiny does pop the BKB though, but as we mentioned before, CK does have that talent. He's gonna go for it. There's the defensive swap. Queen of Pain drops her ultimate. I'm not sure how effective that one was. Ice Ice kind of stuck here in the cogs. This is gonna fall here first, and looks like Sun Gaming just want to retreat.
It's so hard to smoke as Radiant. Look at
Dire's
this.
bottom shrine
One high
is under
ground,
attack.
one big high ground, then another high ground.
Yeah.
So it's super hard to smoke. Like you need to go around or like this.
No, you're right.
Dire's
And
bottom
I mean,
shrine
the Tiny
has
was just there in
fallen.
the perfect position to obviously break that smoke, but also immediately stun everybody up because they were all in like a choke position. Top lane getting pushed in. How much red potential is there for this Dire team? Or do you
Rat
ju-
potential?
Yeah, or do you just have to take team fights head on?
They have Bane grip and they have Tusk Walrus Punch that goes through BKB, so not the best rat. Like, Venge deals a lot of damage, so does Tiny, but once they're close, it's hard to split push against these heroes.
It really is, isn't it? Feels like both teams are sort of content with just sticking together, not trying to give away any unnecessary kills. Not even smoking at this point, just running around together, holding hands. Well, I say that even though Razor's kind of alone here. But, nope. Nobody's gonna go for it.
Aegis is gone.
Aegis
That's
replaying.
the sound. Do they have a cheese? Yes, they do. It's in the backpack. Tiny just swapped it.
And they switch immediately as the Aegis runs out.
Dire
Dire
are
scan
scanning.
connect as well, so they know that somebody's there, but they're gonna take forever to wrap around, aren't they? They're gonna make the full wrap around. Remember, this is an elimination game and match, so whoever wins this game
Invisibility.
takes it home. Whoever loses this, well, he goes home.
Either takes it or goes.
Stack connects up to VSF. He does pop the BKB, has the Glimmer Cape as well, so he's gonna survive for now. Obviously, the ultimate pops and the damage reductions in. Whoa, Razor gets blown up by the CK. Oh, the Fiend Scope onto the Queen of Pain just before the SF. SF is still alive. How is this man still alive? Avalanche does finish the job, but this is a 1-for-3 trade right now. Tiny in a very compromising position. CK Reality Rift him in, and that's another kill for them. 4-for-1 trade. They blew everything they had onto the SF and still didn't kill him for the longest time.
Yeah, but they didn't focus the CK illusions. CK is the one who deals the most damage in these fights, and they did not have AoE to clear it up.
We saw a buyback from the Queen of Pain, but is that really enough to keep King Gaming from pushing? Phantasm
Dire's
illusions are
top
down,
tower
but
is under
they
attack.
can just stay here.
They don't have a
Two siege
buyback on
creeps.
Tiny, and he has that extra seconds on that
Dire's
because
top
he
tower
bought back
has
in the
fallen.
previous big fight.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
That, another melee Rex taken.
Dire's
Whole
top
set of
barracks
Rex
has
taken, in
fallen.
fact. Do they still go for the
Dire's
mid
top
Rex?
barracks has fallen.
They could go for bottom racks and just
Or bottom, yeah.
for the melee, for the mega
Oh, Queen of Pain gets stunned up. There's no Fiend Scope, obviously. So she's
BKB
gonna be
popped.
fine. But yeah, like you said, BKB popped. Or forced, rather.
They are probably waiting for a Ravage. Okay, they still have a Ravage. They're waiting for a
Got it.
buyback on a CK, Shadowfiend. They have it. Anything else? They can easily take a fight.
Shadowfiend very close to that butterfly.
Full Scotty bot on CK. No buyback, needs 100 gold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not killing those illusions anymore. Not with the farm on the dire side right now. Who deals with those illusions right now?
No one. Not the one from Virtus Pro, but still
I
not.
was just about to make the same joke.
but yeah, Queen of Pain doesn't really deal that much AoE damage. No Mjolnir, no Maelstrom. Tiny needs to have 3 to hit those illusions. AC is done on Tiny. That's gonna help a lot.
Well, looks like the Radiant are preparing for a push mid. Which is odd, because again, there's only one Brax here. They swap in the title. Not necessarily the target they're looking for, obviously. If they get a free kill, they will take it. But he's so tanky. Defensive snowball. What a snowball. From outside the cogs, dragging him back in. Back out, rather. Then CK finds the Razor and immediately goes up. There's the Ravaged. Only connected to the support though, because 2 BKBs have been popped. CK has to be careful though. He's actually very squishy right now. SF is finally in here without getting focused. does kill the Clockwork. CK still very low. Snowball onto the bench. That's a punch onto the green pain. Bench also dies.
That's the game.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
That was Keen
Dire's
Gaming
middle
just.
barracks has fallen.
I feel like this should have
Radiant
happened
victory.
20 minutes ago,
Yeah.
or 25 minutes ago rather.
20. I would say 25. They were pushing the tier 3 tower at like 18, 11, 18, 19 minute mark, and then just pretty much clowning. Thought the game was in the bag. It was in the bag, but with a hole in it, so it slipped away for the next 20 minutes. I don't know. Queen of Pain got destroyed in the lane at the start, which set them back a lot. Also, didn't really feel the influence of the Razor at this game at all.
No, I definitely agree. If anything, the Razor was just a punching bag for the CK in every fight, it feels. Queen of Pain, of course, highlighted that she was just really bad. But honestly, I think the supports on Sun were really impressive. Multiple really good cogs, but then, of course, Ice with really clutch swaps. I don't know. Sun, I think they did put up a good fight, at least in the series in total. I do think this last game was rather weak, though. Like, in the beginning, at least.
Yeah.
They definitely pulled it back for a couple of minutes there, for about, 10, 15, 20 minutes, but I don't think you can have an early game like that at this level of play.
Yeah,
Cannot
if you
afford to have,
want
like,
to
a Queen of Pain.
compete, you need to be stable. If you want
Yeah.
to compete at this level, look at the CK though. His rank
Rank
number
two.
two.
Yeah. I mean, he did put up a good performance, that's for sure. In general, I think Keen played very convincing throughout this entire series. I mean, yeah, a couple of hiccups here and there, obviously. I mean, can't expect a flawless performance from them, but still pretty good. That finishes that for this series. We're done with this series, but there's one more to come.
Yeah, it should be
I believe it's eHome versus
eHome
Rock,
Rock
Gaming.
Yeah.
Another gaming. I'm just waiting for eHome to add a gaming to their title as well. Anyway, that was it for this series. If you want to watch eHome versus Rock Gaming, stay tuned. We're going to be back in... Actually, I'm not sure how long that might take. We'll have to check back. The lobby might already be up. Yeah, probably is already up. So stay tuned. Maybe just a couple of minutes.